Let's relax.
Right.
Camera 2 in 5, 4.
Today I'm joined by Aidan Mostyn from Aussie Sports Kids. Aidan's going to talk to us about increasing sport in schools. Thank you for joining me, Aidan. Why does Aussie Sports Kids want to increase the amount of school from 2 hours to 5 hours?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, sport, at Aussie Sports Kids, we believe sport has positive impacts on children of all ages. The effects of sport vary from child to child, but the general consensus is that sport, being a practical exercise, allows children to become healthier, more active, and it promotes fun. We understand that schoolwork is necessary in schools, but children don't want to be confined to their classrooms at all times. And so, school sport is classified under physical education, emphasis on education, and we believe it is the subject that children should be more aware of. And for the benefits I mentioned before, the earlier children are introduced to school sport, the more likely they are to respond in a positive manner, in a fun, safe and learning environment that is schools. Also, there are some children who may not benefit from or may not have the opportunity to participate in sport outside of schools. And so we believe this is an ideal opportunity that gives these children the chance to play sport, which otherwise they wouldn't have.
When you say it's educational, are they going to be assessed on it?
Well, physical education is a subject in high schools where students are graded upon. But at Aussie Sports Kids, we believe at primary school, it's ideally a subject to introduce them to the concepts, basically to make them more interactive, make them healthier. And it's not until secondary education where we believe that it should be integrated as an official, formal means of assessing them.
Okay, it's a very timely initiative. Does it have anything to do with our poor medal tally at the Olympics?
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, Australia recorded its worst medal tally at an Olympic Games in over 20 years. At Aussie Sport Kids, we believe that building on the foundations, therefore grassroots participation in our schools, will improve the sporting industry in Australia for generations to come. And if children are more introduced to the benefits of sport at an early age, the more likely, as I said, the more likely they are to respond positively. And so we believe that this will allow them to, sport will allow them to become.
That's okay, we'll move on. So Aussie Sports Kids believes that school sport participation is key to academic success. How does sport contribute to this?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, sport promotes fun, it's entertaining, and like as I said earlier as well, children don't want to be confined to their classrooms. It gives them something to look forward to at schools, apart from the usual subjects, and an alternative means of fun and education that hopefully that they can be inspired by. And ultimately, children can be inspired to compete for Australia at the elite international level, for example, the Olympics. And there will be a higher degree of determination to excel in sport as well as other areas in the workforce.
So you say that it helps children become more employable. How does it do this?
Well, it gives children an extra range of skills. There are many, within the sporting industry, there are many sports that are professional sports as well as amateur sports. And so we believe by increasing the amount of school sport and physical education, children are given more of an opportunity to engage their interest in this particular subject, therefore opening more doors into their professional pathways.
Okay. Well, it looks like that's all we have time for. Aidan Mostyn, thank you. I'm Emma Williams at the University of Canberra.